Oh, hi there. You know how it is. You're walking through the woods by yourself, enjoying the sights and sounds that nature bring, and you inevitably come across a board game fully set up and ready to play. But there's never anyone there to teach you the rules. Don't worry, chums, I'm here to help. Firstly, if playing the solo variant, remove all the black triangle tiles and return to the box. Then follow the same setup for a standard game by creating the initial star shape out of the remaining shuffled triangle tiles and setting up your 5-player mats with the mushroom tokens and spore counters in place. Shuffle the cards and deal face down 3 to yourself and 5 for the automata. Automata setup. Now we can look at how to set up the automata. Firstly, shuffle the automata cards which have the white design on the back and place face down. Then place the larger automata reference cards face up and side by side as shown here. Choose a colour for the automata's pieces. In this case I've gone for the red colour. Place the mushroom tokens and spores close by. Then on the second reference card, the spore automata, place the spore counters in the circles with the numbered pips. Place the 5 mushroom cards dealt earlier and place face down plus 2 insect tokens. How to play. You will take your turn first. Place your mother mushroom on one of the middle 6 tiles and then place the automata's mother mushroom on the tile directly opposite. Then on your turn, perform 2 different actions as you would in a normal game. There's a helpful reminder showing the 6 main actions you can perform on the player aid. Once you have completed your 2 actions, the automata performs their 2 actions. The automata's actions are determined by the cards. Flip over one of the cards from the deck and place on top of the first reference card. Then the automata performs 2 actions in the order shown on the card. If the automata cannot perform an action, move down and perform the next action on the list until 2 actions have been performed. So if the automata cannot fruit, then decay would be the next action. The order is as follows: fruit, decay, spore, and move. Once all the cards have been played, shuffle them up, place them face down and start drawing again. I'll now go through in more detail the automata's moves. Fruit. The spores needed to fruit are displayed on the card. The empty boxes are wild spores. They can be used from any coloured tile. When fruiting a mushroom, place the mushroom token on a tile where a spore was used. You will place the automata's mushroom token on a tile matching to those of the colour shown on the card. If that's not possible, place it on the tile closest to the opponent. If there are multiple potential spores to choose from, one by one take the next spore needed from the most populated tile. All spores still have to be part of the same network to be used. If any spore counter on the Sporeautomata card is on the number 2 slot, you are eligible to decay. Move the spore token on top of the D symbol and remove the mushroom token from the board. Then place on the mushroom slot on the reference card. Then perform the decay action shown on the card. Spore. Spore a fruited mushroom or the automata's mother mushroom, but only if there are no fruited mushrooms on the board. The amount of spores is indicated on the card, and the mother mushroom always spores too. A black mushroom still counts as a fruited mushroom on the board, and therefore the automata's mother mushroom cannot spore. Make sure to move the spore counter along each time a fruited mushroom spores. If multiple mushrooms have been fruited, make sure they have all been spored once before sporing for a second time. So if the first and second mushroom have spored once, but there is a third mushroom on the board, the third mushroom must spore before the other 2. If the automata's fruited mushroom or mother mushroom is on an outer tile, a tile with only one flat edge touching, then perform the explore action first, placing the tile next to the automata's fruited mushroom or mother mushroom. This counts as one of the automata's actions. If explore is the first action performed by the automata, then spore will automatically be the second. Move. All the actions move to or towards the closest piece, tile or token shown on the card. The action taken is determined by the win die. Roll the die and match the symbol on the card for the action. If the action is completed just moving one space, then no more moves are needed. The reference card has a useful key to explain the symbols and what actions they perform. There are several symbols on the move action, which I'll go through now. If a coloured box is shown, the automata moves to or towards that coloured tile. The mushroom and star symbol means the automata moves to or towards the closest opponent's fruited mushroom. The mushroom and shield symbol means the automata moves to or towards protecting their own fruited mushroom. The cubes and star symbol means the automata moves to or towards the opponent's spores, and specifically their most populated tile. The M symbol means the automata moves to or towards the opponent's mother mushroom. The insect symbol means the automata moves to or towards the closest insect token. The reference card shows a useful key to explain the symbols, which you can check during the game. If the move action on the card is not applicable, roll the wind die to determine the direction and follow the symbols on the tiles, as you would with Spore. Do this twice to move 2 spaces. In the event that the die is rolled twice, and the mother mushroom still does not move, then the automata performs Explore as its action. In the event of the automata only being able to perform the move action, due to a fruited mushroom being blocked by the opponent's mother mushroom, then the automata spends just 1 insect token to move the opponent's mother mushroom to the furthest tile on the board, then performs Explore as its second action. Endgame and scoring. The end of the game is triggered when either the automata or the real player decays in all 5 slots. Each mushroom the automata fruits is worth 5 points, plus any bonus points earned through insect tiles. The standard score for the automata is usually 26. The automata does not gain the end of game token. Automata cards are split down the middle. The green side is medium difficulty and the yellow side is hard difficulty. It is recommended that you start on the green side. An option to make the game slightly easier is to shuffle back in all the black triangle tiles that were removed at the start. As a general rule of thumb, when performing any of the automata's actions, and there is a choice, like placing a spore or moving a token, then always go for the option that will help the automata, not yourself. When you're in a 2 or 3 player game with the automata, and there is a decision to affect one of the human players, and it's unclear who it should be, then simply let fate decide. Put a spore from each player who might be affected into a hat and see who's drawn first. And that is the solo variant. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out splitstonegames.com for more information about Mycelia. Have fun, guys! It's about time we learn how to play Mycelia.